So tell me what you think about this idea. I am recently more sober than I've ever been in my whole life, which is pretty damn sober. All I do is smoke weed now and nicotine and caffeine, right? Which I'm trying to get a handle on, and sugar. Now, clearly, when that such a big thing happens in someone's life, they tend to need some sort of therapy or spend some time at least addressing any issues that might crop up. And we are talking 30 plus years of absolute fucking wreckage, trauma, and not understanding my condition. So anyway, I got this brilliant idea. It's all up there with all my other brilliant ideas, but this one's a perler, let me tell you, because I'm thinking I need therapy. I can't afford therapy, at least not the therapy that I think I need, which is top shelf, not fucking psychologists that'll, see anyone for, a good review on Google or Yelp or fucking, I don't know, something. Nah. And the problem is I've always tried to outsmart those people, and I tend to do a good job because I'm smart enough to get my way out of those situations and talk my way out and go, yeah, I don't know. And then I'm like, fucking, okay, that's got uncomfortable and I'm here with a stranger. So, I mean, if I've got to be here with a stranger, why don't make it a fucking world full of strangers, eh? Now, so Dr.YouTube, I feel comfortable with you guys because let me tell you something about how I differentiate YouTube from other socials. I find YouTube much more personal. It's this, right? Whereas, say, take Facebook for an example, and I loathe to use it as an example, but here we are. It's a perfect example because it is absolute fucking beggars down there. It is the bottom of the fucking barrel shit. And it's all about, constant fucking dopamine hits and, serotonin, fucking false serotonin hits. And, there's too much of that. And what I like about what I like about the formula or the format for YouTube and other apps like it is that there's a communication involved. There is a one-on-one. Someone is sitting down and watching this and hopefully paying attention to it or some attention to it. And it's not all, everyone's on Facebook, everyone's fucking, it's like a part of a crowd. You're part of a crowd. Everyone's speaking up. Everyone's got their hands up. It's like the fucking stock market, Wall Street, where you see them going, like mile a minute, yelling, and everyone's yelling, no one can be heard. And that's Facebook in a nutshell, really, isn't it? Because everyone thinks their message is so damn important. Anyway, I just want to help myself, so, fuck everybody else. I don't have, if I don't have any curry in that game, then I'm not fucking interested. So, heads up and fucking mad respect to anyone that's done this before me. I don't know if anyone's used YouTube as therapy, but I'm coming to you guys and I want you to fucking try and solve my problems for me. I want you to help me solve my problems. I don't know if they're problems, but I want you to help. I want to take you with me on my midlife crisis. I say that like I'm going to live to 100. Oh my God, midlife was a long time ago. So we are going to unpack my trauma together. And you can tell me what you think of it. Tell me if you think it's bullshit. Tell me if you think that I'm being too hard on myself. Whatever, because there's all this trauma that's come up for me. And I see it comically now because I'm over 50 and, I don't get all, like teary-eyed and it hurt my feelings because, I was groomed, whatever, and I was. So, and I only just acknowledged that might affect me. Yeah. So I was 16 when I was groomed by a man named Jack Puttergill. And it was a sort of, I wasn't the only one because he'd draft other boys in, disaffected boys through their friends. And ended up living with him for a fairly long period of time. I wasn't involved with him on that level, besides being interfered with and being made to strut around nude. But yeah, and so, you know, I was part of that cycle of, I was made to participate in because when you're young, something seems harmless. It's generally because you're too naive to recognise any danger in it. And that's what the situation was there. I was very broad-minded and, you know, like, I think undiagnosed autism also kind of gave me, I don't want to say better coping strategies, but different coping strategies that helped me compartmentalize those things more. So I just was like, it was always something that was happening to someone else. And in more recent years, when it's come back to me, I've got survivor's guilt, but I also have that guilt of why not me? Because he didn't pick me. He picked my best friend, right, at the time. And so, you know, like, I mean, there was no, wasn't like, well, why not me? Sort of because I was used to being the last chosen. And that's okay. That's fine. You know, fucking somebody has to be. And, you know, I wasn't putting my best foot forward. Let's just say that. Now, not in those terms, not in terms of being molested or anything like that. I have to cut that one out, but yeah, anyway. And there was some very significant psychological torture that happened there, that Jack held over me, and I don't know what's done to me. It's definitely affected my relationships, and it's informed how, I don't know if that's the reason I'm codependent in relationships, but I'm definitely fucking codependent. That's why I've avoided them for the last 20 years. And yeah, no, go ahead, say I'm an incel. Say I'm like, oh no, because I am. I'm partially incel because I don't go out to get laid or anything like that, but I'm not really, it's not really my choice. I'm asexual, so I'm, you know, it's not high on my priority list like it is with a lot of guys. So, anyway, what's the time say? Because these 10-minute sessions go by so fast, guys, really. And, you know, there's got editing to do and all that kind of stuff. Now, I've got a couple of minutes left, so we'll do a further trauma dump on you. Now, I was diagnosed with ADD. We didn't have the age back in those days because we didn't need it. It was in the description. And it does what it says on the box, ADD, attention deficit disorder, with hyperactivity. And I was on Valium when I was 8 or 9 because I had night terrors. So I've got a very active brain, right? And like I said, I'm in my 50s now, so I must have learned to cope somehow. A lot of those years I was coping with drugs and alcohol. And yeah, that was not a great time all the time. And it's very easy to turn those things into a highlight reel, especially when you're sober and you remember all the good times. And it's all about like, oh yeah, you know, like at that time we were going off our head and the drugs were good and the fucking, you know, and everything was good and the sun was shining. And you forget about the times you're giving yourself alcohol poisoning or you OD'd in the cross. So, you know, the things that have happened to me. So anyway, looks like our time is fast coming to an end. Oh my God, look, what else can I get out in this minute? I'm going to come back tomorrow though. I swear to God. Listen. I feel like I'm on the road to healing and recovery. I'm very optimistic about this stuff. And I've chosen to just do YouTube as a medium. I don't care whether it gets successful or anything like that. It would be great if it did. I'd love to be able to make money off it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd love to. Because I'm broke as a fucking motherfucker. I'll show you my bank account right now. Dink. And that's how it is every week, pretty much. Because I live with carer for my mother, and I've got my 18-year-old son who lives with me, and that I'm trying to take care of through his further education. And so I got a few responsibilities. I just kind of woke up sober with them one day. And the other thing was I came off opioids, and I was on those after I got clean from alcohol. And so the thing is, I don't think I was really clean. I certainly wasn't clean up here or in here. And now that I am, I'm fucking manic again, and it goes a little bit off the rails for me. So anyway, look, I've run over time. I'm sorry about that, guys. Perhaps we can pick up where we left off tomorrow. Love you.